What's up, everybody? It is Mel, the Lipstick Diva. Yes, I have been missing in action for a while, but I am back. Happy to say I'm back, and I want to kick this thing off with this video. Now, from what you see in the title, you're probably like, wow. I want to start off and say this is more of a video to other women that may have had a similar situation as mine, just to say, hey, I've been there. Not a lot of people talk about this subject or how they feel about the different things that come with it. So if you're here to bash, I don't need you here. If you're here to talk negative, I don't need you here. Even though I know there are gonna be some people that come along with their negative thoughts around what I'm talking about, which is fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But this is strictly to my young women, older girls, younger girls, up and coming women, little women, teenagers, to let you know the real of life. Things I wish that people would have told me about. And not even say that because I'm grown, I'm 27 years old. And of course, yes, I have my own mind. Things just happen that you don't expect. And by the way, I'm not editing any part of this video except for other stuff, just my introduction and just my background, but everything else is going to be raw. So if you hear me mess up on anything, that's fine. We're going to roll the cameras. I'm going to give you guys my truth. I'm not here for anybody to feel sorry for me. I just felt like I wanted to get this off my chest. I've been thinking about making this video for about a couple of months, like ever since the incident happened. So before I get started, let me pour some wine. My top look a little raggedy, y'all, but I gotta kick this thing off with some wine first. Woo, child. Cause, honey, what I gotta talk about. Woo! And everybody that has been following Mel, the Lipstick Diva, no matter if it's been here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, I appreciate you for sticking on with me. I'm trying to get other people to join the Diva gang. Because I want people to come here and come and talk to me, about the real, the raw, what most people probably won't talk to you about. So I will say, just to kick things off, March 2nd, my life changed dramatically. I won't say for the worst, but I had to make a life decision. So I'm going to take you guys all the way back to December of 2018. At this time, I was in a relationship. I think I was just doing something, like it was a fun relationship, but it was like, how you have those relationships that you really didn't need to jump into. You just were trying to get over something, which you should never do. You should always heal yourself, which I will say. And I always meet people with a clean slate. So I honestly thought I met somebody that I probably would end up being with, but that ended up not being the case. And I'm going to let y'all know I'm not going to bash him. I'm not putting this all on him. Not at all. Not at all. This is not meant to bash that person. This is all about my feelings and how I'm coping with things right now. Anyway, so that ended. We were not talking. And here I am in January. I remember vividly, New Year's Eve. Went out. I was feeling myself. I'm like, this is about to be my year. Nothing is about to interfere with me. So I thought. So things started to get a little bit different for me. I will say I was sleeping a lot, but it was not anything I was noticing. Like I had just got back into the gym and I was dieting. I was doing my smoothie. So I'm like, maybe this is draining me. Like I remember, I would come home, lay on the couch, and I'll be sleeping for the rest of the night until it was time for work. I can even remember myself, I would eat, if y'all eat oodles and noodles, ramen noodles, I was eating ramen noodles a whole lot. Didn't dawn on me. Because I knew, I grew up eating noodles. So it was nothing, that would say, hey, something's going on. I would even remember one day I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and it was like my vision kind of got blurry. And I was like, maybe I need to turn this light down a little bit. So I remember turning the light down, And that was it. Turned the light down and I was good. But this is when things struck me. I didn't get a period. Look, isn't that what everybody's saying? You're not going to get a period. That's how you know you're pregnant. And I remember one of my friends at the time, she was like, man, I didn't get my period either. So she took a test and she ended up being pregnant. And then I didn't take no test that night because I was like, I'm not pregnant. It's 31 days in December. It's 31 days in January. So my period's just late. Mind y'all, I was probably about 8 days late at this point. So the next day I got up and I went to the Dollar Tree. I went and got me a pregnancy test. And I'm like, well, I ain't been messing with anybody, ever since due. What's going on? So I go to the dollar store. I get the test. I come back home. I take the test. I'm sitting there. I'm in shock. I got the 2 lines. Mind you, I done took pregnancy tests before. I was one of those people like, I can't get pregnant. Like, that's just where my mind was at. So I'm like, okay, so now I have to call this man that is blocked from my phone that I have not been talking to. We ain't been dealing with each other. What am I about to do? So I tell him. He tells me, asks me what I want to do. I don't know. So at this point, like overnight, I kind of made up my mind and I was like, I'm going to do this. I have to do this. It wasn't in my plans, but I got to do it. I made my bed, so I have to lay in it. So I exchanged that message with him, and my response wasn't what I thought it would be, because I was willing to put things on my back and suffer through with this person just to bring this life into this world. And the response I got pretty much was, nah, they not with it. I'm not going to go into detail, but I will just say, I remember I had to leave work early. I was hurt. I just was not getting it. I will even say, I even went as far as asking my dad what he thinks about the situation. And he told me, I feel like it's not a good time. And I'm going to get to that to tell you guys why he said it wasn't a good time. And, I even got to the point where I was told that if I had this child, it was going to be mine solely. So, y'all, 2019 as a whole, I will say, has been one hell of a roller coaster. Excuse my French for me. Dealing with not talking to my mother. Dealing with having to file bankruptcy because of financial issues. And then on top of that, turning out to be pregnant. So I will say with me, I never felt that feeling until I was in this position. I've heard other women say how men can be when it comes to children, you being pregnant and things like that. And I never thought it would be me. And I would say it took me a long time in fighting with myself to go ahead and do this and make this decision and move forward with it. I had to think to myself, this is what my thoughts were. Do you want to bring a child into this world where, yes, that you would be able to take care of, because I do have a good job, no matter what my, situation, that was something mine that I had to take care of, but I would be able to take care of my child solely. But emotionally, how would this child feel? That was one thing I was thinking about. 2, are you mentally going to be able to handle this by yourself? I had to think about my mental state. And 3, what the hell? Like, that's just where I'm at. Like, every day was a constant battle with myself. I will also include photos in this video as well, just to show y'all where I was at, because I will say when the mission occurred. I don't like using that word. When the mission occurred, I was like 10 weeks, between 9 and 11 weeks. So right there before you couldn't do it anymore. And I pushed it off so long because I had to soundly think about it. And I would just say January, February, and March were filled with nothing but sorrow for me. I didn't know which direction to turn. I really didn't have anyone I could really talk to. I have reached out to friends. I had so many people tell me, well, I had to do it when I was younger. I've done it before, things like that, which is common. And I will also say this message is not for anyone that may be a repeat offender of doing this. Because I will promise you, if this ever happened again, I will just put on my big girl panties and do what I have to do. But I will just say, this time in my life, I absolutely could not. Mentally, if anybody in this world wanted me to be focused on the child, I promise you I wouldn't have been able to. How fucked up I was in the mind. Excuse my French again. After the day that I did the procedure, I remember getting a message saying, oh, now you're killing babies. That crushed my entire fucking world and ended a friendship for me as well. Because I could not believe I was being bashed and also someone knowing of something so sacred that I was doing for me came to attack me. Postpartum depression hit me hard as hell after the fact. I remember being off work, and mind you, after I did the procedure, I was happy. I was making myself be happy because I'm a person that takes negative things and turn them into positive. And I will say maybe 90 days, 60 days down the line, it will all crash back down on me and I go into that depression state. And I don't know how to deal with negative things at that time. I take it and say, well, this is the positive outcome of it. Let's move it around. Even though it still comes back and hit me later of what the hell actually happened, I could not do that to myself right then and there. But my birthday was like 2 weeks after, and I had took off like 5 days from work. And I cried for 5 whole damn days. Even on my birthday, I cried. And I will say it's not because I was sitting there regretting the decision that I made, but solely because I couldn't believe I had to make that decision. And again, I know people are going to say, well, you didn't have to do anything. Listen, a lot of people bring children into this world and they harm them. They give them up. They give up on them. And I didn't want to be that person. I don't care what you say about me at the end of this video, how you feel or think about me, but just know I did this for me mentally and also thinking about that potential child. I was not, yes, I'm grown as hell, and I couldn't. At that time and place of how everything was going wrong, like women are more prone to be with their father, but when a woman is not or has no relationship with their mother, that takes a toll on them for a while. And I will honestly say, I don't even get into that, but it's like that person, I have no connection to that person. That will always be my bloodline, but we don't relate at all. So, to me, I had to figure some things out within myself. And of course, a lot of responses that I got from people that knew about the situation was, well, that's why you use condoms and things like that. Kind of insensitive, but I mean, I'm grown and I understand. I get it. You make your bed and you lay in it, but at the same time, you have to make sound decisions, not thinking of only yourself, but everything around you that you are going to be affecting. And I commend women out here that had to do what they have to do without any father around for their child. I take my hat off for you, and that has the mental stability to take all that in and do everything you do every day, going to work, going to school, and taking care of multiple children. I commend you. And you know, I wish to be half the woman that you are one day. And so many people tell me of how much confidence I show and how motivated I make them feel. Hey, your strong friends, they be hurting sometimes. We be hurting. You know, we have our weaknesses. I'm human. I cannot regret any decisions that I ever make. But I will tell you, this one I probably would carry on my back for the rest of my life. Every day I will think about it. And I've actually talked to other women and say, that empty space was not filled until they actually had a child, which I understand. But I hope and pray, if I ever do get in that situation again, that I'm able to share this with somebody that wants it as bad as I do. Maybe even be in a marriage. And not to say marriage is everything, because I know there's another backlash I would get. Oh, marriage isn't everything. That's not something that's going to keep a man. Understandable. Get it. Babies don't keep a man either. But everybody has that dream of having that fairy tale. So that's all I just hope and wish and pray for. So that mentally I can be there. And just touching back on postpartum, a lot of women don't speak up on this, and I wish they would. Even if you guys leave comments below, please, I'm looking for them. Tell me about your postpartum depression and what you went through. How long did it last? I would say mine pops up back and forth. It wasn't as bad as after the situation happened. Because I was a bucket of tears. I remember even going, when I went to complete the mission, I was a bucket full of tears. I was like, maybe I could just back out right now and tell them I don't want to do this. And so many people think it's a sacred thing, and, you shouldn't tell people. I think you should. I think you should share your story with other women to uplift them, Maybe they're going through this. Maybe they're not able to make a decision. Maybe they've done this and they feel horrible about themselves. I'm here to tell you, don't feel bad about yourself. Whatever you did and whatever decision and reason why you did it, hey, you did what you had to do. And, what was crazy to me around the time when I was doing this mission as well is that, I saw so many memes on Facebook around, girls having abortions. I was watching the news right after how they were, it's not legal to have abortions in certain states, all just crazy to me, telling a woman what they can do with their bodies. And yes, by all means, young girls, if you're watching this video, protect yourself to prevent this from even happening. Birth control, condoms, not having sex at all, whatever you have to do. Because when I tell you, living your 20s out to your fullest is so vital and crucial to your whole life, I mean that wholeheartedly. From learning how to handle your finances, from learning your body, from learning how to network and getting into your career and going to school. Yes, there's so many people that have children in their 20s, but the people that don't have children in their 20s, they'll tell you they're so happy that maybe they waited because they got the chance to actually be a young adult and not have to have the stress of having to worry about another human being. Yes, childbirth is beautiful, but if you can wait, I say wait. I'm here to say that. I'm here now to even say I know I'm still not ready. And I would not jeopardize that ever again without knowing that I am ready. I will be putting some links below for depression, hotlines, any information around maybe being suicidal around postpartum. I'm going to find different articles to place below. If you want to email me, email me. If you want to comment below, comment below. If you want to reach out to me on any of my social media, it will be down below. And I promise you, any negativity posted on this video will be deleted and you will be blocked, because I am not here for that. I'm here to uplift other women. And I am so happy that I finally got up the courage to get this video together, because this was the most important thing to me in this moment. And I thank God that I'm here to be sane and able to push forward and not to have a lot of teary-eyed days, and able to speak my truth to other women that may not be able to speak their truths. I appreciate you guys for always tuning in. I always want to be here to uplift other women, because, hey, I am no saint. I sin just like everybody else. I am learning every day. I learn. I pick up from everybody. I pick up things from everybody. I want to learn each and every single day. And I just promise, if you need to talk to somebody, talk to anybody. I know sometimes talking to friends is not feasible because people that you're most close to say the harshest things that just don't understand. Like I said, I'm here to talk to anybody about anything. Financially, emotionally, relationships, friendships, whatever. 2019 has been a hell of a year for me, and I thank God for the good and the bad. I am not mad at anything that I have been through. I am ever so grateful. I am grateful as hell, and I hope you find it in your heart to watch this whole video. I'm not going to hold y'all any longer, but I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to me. Y'all have a great night, and tune in some more videos from Mel the Lipstick Diva. Have a good night.